Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to the Friday Hangout on Circle of Cricket. As the name suggests, this hangout is looking back at the just concluded India-Bangladesh series. We had interesting games to say the least. Not exactly the kind of cricket that we were hoping for, but eventful and quite interesting nevertheless. So let's just get started. Let me just say hi to our participants here. We have Amartya making a comeback after a long time. Welcome back, Amartya. How have you been?
Thank you very much, Pankaj. I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. Great to see you, buddy. We'll be looking
Thanks.
forward to your comments on various topics that we'll be talking about in the Bangladesh. Let me just say a quick hello to Mridul as well. Mridul, always great to see you. Welcome.
Hi, Pankaj bhai.
Wonderful. Great to have you. And we have a new face here. We have Ashu coming in. Ashu, hello. क्या हाल चाल यार?
हेलो या बढ़िया
बहुत ही घबराया हुआ. You look scared, man. Don't worry.
लिटिल
You
बिट
know, this is not an
नर्वस
exam or a test. You look very nervous. Relax. With this is going to be fun. So just chill out. And let me just go over to Sunny. Sunny, our friend Sunny from Delhi, our cricketer friend. Sunny, कैसे हो यार? क्या हाल चाल?
बस बढ़िया
Fantastic.
फाइन
चलो फिर conversation शुरू करते हैं. I'm sure our regulars, Imam, Keshav, Samkit, these guys are watching. Guys, quickly make an appearance here for whatever time that you have. So we're waiting. So, and guys, if there is anyone else who would love to, who would like to join the show, please go to Circle of Cricket, find the link there on the page, and just click it, and you'll be here with us. So I look forward to your company. And with that, let me just get started with the conversation on the India versus Bangladesh. Let me just start with Amartya here. Amartya, well, not the kind of high-profile cricket that we've been expecting from India, even though this was probably sort of India A side. How happy or disappointed are you with the series? Let me just have your thoughts first.
Yeah, Pankaj, as you just rightly mentioned that it was more of an India E side led by Raina just before England series, and a lot of players were given a break, and a lot of domestic talent was brought in. Robin Uthappa was given a chance after I think he last played in ODI in 2008, and he was given a chance and he scored a 50 in the first game. It was really good to see Akshar Patel, a young spinner, and someone like Parvez Rasool getting a game. And so it was really disappointing in other way not to see Kedar Jadhav, who has been performed in Ranji Trophy really well, not getting a game. It was a shock. I thought that he would get a game, and Manoj Tiwari not getting a proper game. And but as you just rightly said, that it was not high-profile game. It was not a high-profile tournament. I think that it was all the games were rain affected. So whatever it was, we have to take out the positive from the game. As you saw, Stuart Binney picking 6 wickets for just 4 runs. It's a huge positive because going into England where you have swinging and seaming conditions, Stuart Binney will be of great help.
All right, all right. Thank you for those comments. Let me just move over and say a quick hi to Samkit and Keshav.
हाय
First of all,
पंकज
thank you for making it to the show, guys. बहुत जल्दी आ गए हो तुम दोनों.
अरे यार बस पढ़ाई चल रही है
Okay, Keshav, as always, you coming in with a new look. It's great to have you here. Now that Amartya has just started talking about Stuart Binney, let me just throw the question to you, Keshav. Keshav, six wickets for 4 runs, top bowling performance in an ODI by an Indian. I mean, he's topping the charts. He's moved over Anil Kumble. Do you think the entire credit should be given to him, or it was the pitch, the way it played out? What did you think of? First of all, what did you think of the series, and then moving on to Stuart Binney's performance? Just give me your thoughts on both.
Talking about the series, first of all, the only concern which I had before India were leaving Bangladesh, like in the last hangout as well, I said 3-0, but it was 2-0 because the last match was washed out. So, the only thing which matters is the win because the pitch was playing its part because the pitch was not as favorable to the batsman. So hypothetically, even if India would have got all out for one, and Bangladesh, if they would have bowled out Bangladesh for 0, I would have still been happy because it's at the end of the day it's
I feel
India
like
who's
a true Indian fan, Keshav.
yeah. I mean, look at Bangladesh and look at Indian. Like, I agree that, some of the players were very new to the side and not as much as experienced. But still, a win is a win at the end of the day. So, India winning 2-0, and even in the last game, when India were 120 or for 9, and had it not rained, I still, believe that India would have won that game as well, because the pitch was same for both the sides. The batsmen from their side would have also struggled if our batsmen were struggling. So yeah, 2-0 it's a good result. We didn't lose a game. That's the first priority, I guess. And talking about Stuart Binney's performance, I think like you said, should we give the full credit to him, or should we talk about the pitch which was playing its role? I think we can say it was 50-50. It was his efforts as well. His we have to give the credit to his skills, that he can swing the ball, though he doesn't have that much of pace. But what was required on that pitch, his bowling, I think it's tailor made for that kind of pitches. And so let's say it was 50-50. It was his skills as well as the pitch was aiding him to get those results. So let's just celebrate
I
that.
think Keshav, Stuart Binney himself said that, I think, in that match's post-match presentation, that he would love to bowl on that wicket like every other day. If he gets conditions like that, I think that's unbelievable for a bowler, especially like him, who's, as you rightly said, that he's not that quick, he's not that sharp, he's not got that much venom when it comes to speed. But then the potency of his bowling was with the movements and getting movement off the track, so that he used brilliantly.
But
Thank you for those thoughts.
I still think that he won't get any chances in test matches in England. Dhoni is a kind of guy who doesn't believe.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that, Keshav. That's an entirely different topic altogether. We'll get to that. Let me just get in quick comments from Samkit as well before I move on to Ashu and Sunny and Mridul. Samkit, your thoughts on the series? Are you of the same opinion as Keshav? The way victory is a victory. At the end of the day, अगर एक run भी होता और 0 भी होता तो भी जीत थी. But I mean, I feel differently because I was not exactly that excited by the series and the game, even though it turned out exciting because of the tracks and the way India performed, scoring 100 and then bowling them out for like 50 or something. But are you of the same opinion as Keshav?
Actually, the series was just bizarre, but it was a good practice for the Indian A team to play against Bangladesh. Mushfiqur Rahim said that India didn't took the series lightly before the start of the series, and now they lost so badly to the Indian A squad that he said that if Indian squad have been won, that they would have been bowled out for 0. So, and the only thing interesting in the series was Binney's 6 wickets for 4 runs, and then the second most interesting was the rain, which just because there was nothing in the series except Stuart Binney's performance. And coming on to his bowling, like I believe that he was a batting kind of all-rounder than of a bowling all-rounder. But like Sir Jadeja transformed into a bowling all-rounder from a batting all-rounder, I think he will also transfer. And Keshav said on England's tour, I think he should be given a chance.
All right, fair enough. Let me just retire this topic for this moment. We've got enough thoughts from a couple of the participants here. Just talking about Bangladesh, we've just completely thrown them out, saying that even if India scores 1, they'll be bowled out, India will win. So the question beckons us, that are they equipped to handle international cricket? Should that question be thrown into the midst here? Do you think they are ready, or they should be relegated, or something like that? Or do you think that they are, as I said, are they equipped enough? Do they have the talent even to perform at this level? Let me go to Mridul first. Mridul, क्या कहते हैं यार? Bangladesh को रखना चाहिए test playing nation वगैरह? I mean, after seeing these performances in their home ground, in home conditions, with all that big talk by Mushfiqur and everything, what do you have to say on that?
Hey, Miko, I think Bangladesh should be the test playing nation because their debutant ODI player Tashkin Ahmed, he played really well. He took 5 wickets on debut. In the pace and with the pace he was bowling, it was tremendous. And I think Bangladesh has clean swept New Zealand 2 times in their home. They defeated them 5-0. So they are just not like that. They are like a team like Bermuda or something. They have played good cricket, but this time it was not their days. There some players were underperforming, like Tamim Iqbal. They're a good performer. Mominal was rested or sacrificed because of Tamim Iqbal and other players. They have a good team. They have players like Sakibul, but yeah, rain spoiled the sport and hold the series. And I agree with some that Kedar Jadhav should have been given chance, and Vinay Kumar also, because these two were our consistent Ranji performance, but they didn't really played really well. But we have given chances to them who played really well in IPL. But I think our Ranji performance should have also been given chance to play for India.
All right, fair enough. Let me just go to Ashu. Ashu, hello, Ashu, are you there?
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Oh, fantastic. Ashu here, what are your thoughts? I mean, after seeing this collapse of Bangladesh cricket, at least during this series, that they couldn't even chase down a paltry sum of 105. क्या कहता है? Do you think कि बांग्लादेश को टेस्ट status नहीं देना चाहिए, उनका status निकाल देना चाहिए? Or do you agree with Mridul? Mridul is very, how should I say, he was being very kind to Bangladesh, unlike quite a few cricket fans out there. So it's a different thought. Ashu, क्या कहता है यार? Bangladesh should still be considered a test playing nation. Are they good enough, or do you think कि उनको निकाल देना चाहिए? टेस्ट वेस्ट खेलने लायक नहीं वो. क्या कहता है?
Well, I had one comment that Benny was like a surprise, and I think he is like a future for the cricket.
Okay. Funnily enough, I had asked a very different question, but he still seemed to
Yes,
be.
I know you asked a different question, but I was thinking all the time I would have to comment that I only wanted to comment about the Benny.
All right. So you are saying that you see a future Indian cricketer as in like a proper squad. Stuart Binny making the squad every time. You're saying that he has a bright future for playing in blue. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. That's what you're thinking about that. But what about Bangladesh? I mean, that was the first topic we discussed. So let me just ask you your thoughts on. Ki bhai, what do you think of Bangladesh after seeing their performances, that bad performances? Do you think they should be playing international cricket at all?
वैसे कहा जाए तो सबके दिन आते हैं.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay, let me just move quickly to Sunny. Sunny, who always makes an appearance in a sepia tone for some reason. I don't know why he does that, but Sunny, you're here. Give us your thoughts on Bangladesh cricket and its state right now. I mean, I have put the question out there. Do you think that their status as international cricketers, test playing nation, should be revoked, or do you think they're good enough? It's just a bad series. What do you have to say?
I think they should be given a chance to play in Test cricket. This year is not good for them. They are not performing well. But as we can see in previous 2 years, they have improved a bit. And they have got a new bowler, Taskin Ahmed. He has also performed really well in this series. So it's quite fair that they should be given one more chance in Test.
Okay, fair enough. Just talking about Stuart Binny a little more, my question is that do you think he's like kind of announced himself as he's the like next all-rounder for India? You know, we've been talking about Irfan Pathan as the all-rounder, I don't know, for the last decade or so, but he has not been playing for India. But do you think Stuart Binny has done enough, at least in the eyes of the fans? I'm not even going there, that what the team management and the selectors are thinking about that. For you guys, do you think he has done enough? Or would you keep this Bangladesh performance of Stuart Binny aside and then look at him differently? Amartya, I'm going to ask you: do you think he's done enough to excite you as a prospect for Indian cricket as an all-rounder? Hello, Amartya. Amartya, you'll have to unmute yourself and talk. I think you muted yourself by mistake. Okay, let me just move on to quickly to Keshav then. Keshav, Stuart Binny as an all-rounder for India, you think that's a good thought, or it's too far-fetched or too early to talk about it?
You know, first of all, he has just given one good performance. We should not forget that. And the other thing is he hasn't got a lot of chances. Hasn't got a lot of chances in international cricket as well. He has been brought to the international arena on the basis of his domestic performances, be it IPL or the Ranji performances. But this year he hasn't been performing that good, even in the IPL, and his selection was obviously questioned. That people were saying he doesn't really deserve to be on even on Bangladesh tour, but on the other hand, he was taken to England as well. So it's too early to say he's the because the same thing happened with Irfan Khan, I guess. People tagged him as an all-rounder, and the pressure got to him, and he just lost. Actually, he isn't that good a bowler as well now, which he used to be, because he started concentrating too much on his batting. So let's just be content with Ravindra Jadeja as of now as India's all-rounder. And talking about Bangladesh, which you were just that topic just came up, that should they continue playing the Test cricket and all. The big three is happening now. Every destination is signed on that. They have agreed to all the terms and conditions, and very soon those rules would be applied. So hopefully the two-tier system would be there in the Test cricket. According to that, the number 9 and number 10 ranked Test teams would play the Intercontinental Cup, which is the ICC's first-class tournament for non-Test playing nations from 2015. So I guess once it comes, then teams like Brazil and Zimbabwe won't be playing the full-time nations, the full members. So I think looking at their recent performances, I guess this is the right time to relegate them from this kind of cricketing.
Wow. Okay. Fair enough, Keshav. Let me just ask Mridul. Mridul, this question about India's batting in this current series. I mean, do you really think that that Indian batting underperformed? Obviously, 100 runs. We even our India A team is much better than that. Obviously, I mean, given any condition. But so, do you think the Indian batting underperformed really badly, or it was the effect of this such adverse conditions and the rain and all that and the pitch conditions? What do you think? What would you attribute India's lackluster batting performance to?
I would attribute to the pitch conditions and the bowling, because a player like Stuart Binney took 6 wickets in that condition. So it was really hard to bat in that condition. And Tashkin Ahmed, it was an unknown entity. He bowled really well at 140 pace. So ball was really seaming, swinging, and pitch was also having uneven bounce. So we shouldn't blame our Indian batsmen. They performed great in first ODI. But yeah, I really feel bad for Cheteshwar Pujara, because I think now he will not be given as much chances to play ODI for India. He has played only 4-5 matches. He scored a duck in the first match. He scored 20 odd runs in the third ODI. So I feel bad for him. I think now he will not be in the plans for Indian ODI team.
Mm-hmm.
And if we talk about Stuart Binney's inclusion, I think his inclusion was surprising for England tour, but this performance can give him a test cap for England series if ball seams. And we shouldn't overlook that Stuart Binney's performance in first class is better than the List A. His average is around 20 in List A one-day matches in our Indian domestics, but his average in first class cricket is 36 in batting. And his recent performance in Irani Trophy is really well bit bad. And in the Irani Trophy final, he really took wickets. So yeah, his inclusion is good, and we shouldn't look upon him as a limited over cricketer. As his stats suggest, he can also be a handy test player, like his father.
Mridul, you've completely confused me with this whole Stuart Binney angle, because when you started out, you like disowned him, you ditched him, you saying that a bowler like Stuart Binney took 6 wickets just because of the conditions, and by the end of your
I'm more inclined to
it's a good inclusion.
I'm
make up your mind, brother.
No, I am more inclined towards his batting. I see him as a batting all-rounder. a batsman who can bowl medium pace, because India hasn't produced a all-rounder which can bowl also. We have been Irfan Pathan, but he was not up to the mark. So I think him as a batting all-rounder who can bowl medium pace.
All right, okay, fair enough. Samkit, I want to move away from the Stuart Binney angle. I want to talk about another bowler whose performance was kind of overshadowed by Stuart Binney. When the game started, it was actually Mohit Sharma because Umesh Yadav was going for plenty of runs. Even on such wicket, Umesh was not able to probably do justice with his bowling. But when you look at Mohit Sharma, he was the one who got the initial breakthroughs for India, which kind of instilled that belief in India that okay, maybe we're in this game. Obviously, even though they had just scored 100 odd runs, I'm sure that they would have been dejected and disappointed, saying that oh, we are much better. No matter what the condition, we should have scored at least a 170. Even if it was so bad. So when they would have gone in with 108, they came out. They probably wouldn't have believed so much. But with those quick fire 2 wickets within a couple of overs of Mohit Sharma, I think that injected that sort of belief in the Indian team, saying that okay, maybe we are here, maybe we can win this. Let's fight. What did you think of Mohit Sharma's bowling performance?
Absolutely right, Pankaj. Both the matches, he was the one who was responsible for India's victory. Like he bowled very economically and he picked up the crucial wickets. In the second match also, he bowled a beauty to dismiss Shakib Ul Hasan, and he was the man behind India's victory in the series. So my man of the series would be Mohit Sharma. And on coming to the fact that Bangladesh should be relegated or not, I think Bangladesh should be there because teams like India and Sri Lanka could get good practice sessions, and it helps to improve their rankings.
All right, fair enough. Let me just pose this question to Apna Sunny as well. Sunny bhai.
Can you repeat the question?
Oh yes, absolutely. What did you think of Mohit Sharma's performance? I mean, in my opinion and Samkit's opinion, he was probably the man of the series for India, and he was the one who kind of, created this belief that we can probably win even after scoring 100. Do you agree with that? Were you happy with Mohit Sharma's performance? Do you think he's done enough that he should probably be given more chances in the India squad?
Yeah, I think he should be given more chances, as you have said that he has performed really well in the match in which India were 105 all out. Yeah, he should be given a chance in Test squad also, as he can also swing the ball both ways, and as considering him as a limited overs cricketer, he's really good in limited overs. He should get a chance to try himself in Test cricket.
Okay.
And England conditions will suit him really well.
Okay. For some reason, I don't understand. Everybody seems to be in a very generous and charitable mood. सब इंडिया कैप बांटे जा रहे हैं, सब बोल रहे हैं इसको टेस्ट में खिला लो, इनको रेलेगेट मत करो, इनको खेलने दो इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट. I don't know what's happening, but it's good that
ये सब चीज हो जाएगा फर्स्ट टेस्ट के बाद.
I guess पता लग जाएगा very soon. One of the things that I want to talk about, obviously, because as a captain, as a young captain for Raina, it must have been difficult, all these situations. We've seen, Mahi do unbelievable stuff in tricky and precarious sort of situation when India gets stuck and getting Team India out. What did you think of Raina's captaincy? What's your take on it? Let me just go to Amartya. Amartya, if you're there with me.
Yeah, Pankaj.
Yes.
Raina.
Yes. Go on.
Raina is a tremendous captain. I mean, I've seen him captain before in the Zimbabwe series. That was a triangular series some years back when he was captaining, and he was just brilliant. I know that he lost a couple of matches out there to Zimbabwe, and then it was Virat Kohli who took over the captaincy after MS Dhoni. And now when Raina was brought back as a captain, I think that his decisions in the field were spot on. And whatever, I just saw him that in the turning wickets, in the turning wickets, he went ahead of all the batsmen because he know that he's the most experienced one in the lot. And where there was a flat service, then there was a flat service, and there was then he was giving the young talent a chance. He was allowing Pujara to go first. Then it was Like he was maintaining his number 5 spot, and whenever there was a turning wicket or something, he was always going ahead. And as for Bangladesh relegation is concerned, I'll just like to bring out certain stats that Bangladesh has lost 21 consecutive tests before, and it has lost 16 consecutive test series. And it is the only test side which has lost first ODI that they have played against non-test sides like Canada, Kenya, Ireland, Netherlands, and Afghanistan. So these are the stats that you should put forward, like just when you're talking about Bangladesh as a test nation.
So you're all for the relegation. I mean, that's my assumption.
Absolutely.
Okay, fair enough. Keshav, who looks very grumpy right now for some reason, I don't know. Keshav, are you there first of all?
Of course, of course.
Okay, fantastic. Same question to you about Raina's captaincy, Keshav. Give me your take on it. Yeah? Were you happy with him as a captain? Do you think he did enough? And obviously, you know, these victories are under his name as the captain. But do you think he was a good captain, bad captain, great captain in this series?
First of all, I didn't really follow these matches closely, as the timing of these matches were more or less clashing with the college or office timings of normal people. So I really comment really deep into it, but I guess if he won India a couple of games, and the thing was he gave chances to someone like Parvez Rasool, which was taken in series I think against Zimbabwe last year as well, but never got a chance. So the good thing is he gave chance to people like Akshar Patel, Parvez Rasool, and he stuck to Umesh Yadav in all the games, even though he wasn't that impressive as the other two fast bowlers. So yeah, I mean, I cannot say he's a great captain or he's a bad captain. So let's just keep it. He's a fine captain, and he plays under MS Dhoni in Chennai Super Kings and Team India. So he would have learned something.
There you go, the Chennai boy. Thank you, Keshav, for that. Samkit and Mridul, guys, this question to you about, I mean, Keshav has called all of you abnormal people because you're watching, you know, the games and everything, and he's normal, everybody else isn't. So I'm going to ask you two abnormal people, starting with Samkit. Samkit, your thoughts on Raina? Were you happy with him as a captain? You think he is the real deal when it comes to captaincy?
Raina has been a brilliant asset for the Indian cricket team. On his captaincy, he was spot on in this series. But on the higher levels, like as a successor of MS Dhoni, I don't see him, because we have Virat Kohli, who will be a better captain than him.
Okay. Mridul, you echo that sentiment of Samkit?
Yeah, I actually agree with Samkit. But I think if we talk about Virat Kohli, then as Keshav said, in Zimbabwe series, he didn't took any chances. Like he continued to stick with Ravindra Jadeja. He didn't give chance to Parvez Rasool. So if we look as a future Indian captain, then Virat Kohli should actually take risks. He should learn something from Mahendra Singh Dhoni. And yeah, Suresh Raina is a seasoned campaigner. He has actually played very most number of matches for UP. He has captained them, and he is very experienced. So on this in this series, Suresh Raina was tremendously well. When the conditions were suiting the spinner in the first ODI, he came and bowled. He took a wicket. In this series, he was good. But as a future for Indian cricket captain, I don't think as an option.
Okay, so I think everybody is talking about Virat being the successor of Mahi. Okay, Sunny, your word on this, your final word on this. Raina, good captain, bad captain, future prospect or not?
I think he is a good captain, and Virat Kohli should step aside from the captaincy, because as we have seen in this year's IPL, that Virat Kohli's captaincy is not that much good. That means he's not performing well under captaincy. So Raina should take up captaincy after MS Dhoni. As we have seen in the series, he has done brilliant captaincy.
Okay, okay. That's a different thought. So I'll give you marks for originality here, Sunny. But I don't understand that when I every time I ask you a question, why do you keep smiling as if I've made a joke? But nevertheless, Sunny, thank you for those thoughts. A different thought. I'm not sure that there are a lot of people out there who might agree with that. But okay, let's just move on to a different talking point about the batsman. Obviously the batsmen, everybody struggled here, barring a few in one game and a few in the other game with 20 or 30 or 40 or whatever it is. My question is that out of this lineup of batsmen, who would you want to take to England in the next series? And let me just go start with Midul.
Are we talking about the one day series?
One day test, whatever it is, yeah. Because see, the conditions are so different, which is obviously another topic which I wanted to talk about, but I'll get to that later about adaptability. But seeing the talent here, seeing the performances here, even against a minnow side, who would you want in your teams for England?
I think Ajinkya Rahane is in the test side. I would definitely want him in the one day, and Robin Uthappa, because Robin has been consistent in Ranji. He has a great IPL season. He played good in first ODI. So these two batsmen for me in the England series. And apart from that, Suresh Raina was in a tremendous form. He was also in good nick in these three ODIs. I think his strike rate was over 100 in all the matches. He was good, looking in a good nick. So these three players I would take as a batsman.
Somehow I'm getting a feeling that everybody seems to be just ignoring this Bangladesh series completely, and the performance is saying that it's a one-off bad wicket. We won great. Let's forget about it. Let's just look at past performances. Uh, Keshav, who would you pick amongst these top line, our batting lineup for the England series?
England tour would be a very important series, unlike this Bangladesh series. So a lot depends upon the Test series conclusion, because of course all the big players would be there. If you look at this series, there was no Ashwin, no Jadeja, no Puneshwar Kumar, no Dhoni, no Kohli. So a lot of spaces would already be filled by these people who would be coming back. And from this series, I think Ajinkya Rahane is already in the Indian ODI side even before the Bangladesh. So new faces which I would like to get back into the permanent Indian ODI side would be hopefully Robin Uthappa. And if you remember, 2007 India tour of England, though we lost the ODI series 4-3, but Robin Uthappa played a big hand. Even now, Star Sports just keeps playing those ODIs. So yeah, one of them would be Robin Uthappa, certainly, and the other name which I would like to see there in that go to England in the ODI side would be Parvez Rasool, because Ashwin hasn't been that consistent as an off spinner on overseas wickets. So just to have a backup spinner, if Ashwin doesn't do well, so let's just hope he gets his due.
Okay, Amartya, you agree with Keshav on that? Your picks would be similar.
No, I think that as far as the test team is concerned, I'll go with Raina. I mean Pujara. I know that he's been not good in this series, and I'm apprehensive towards picking him for the one-day series because his one-day record hasn't been good so far. But as far as his reputation is concerned, he definitely gets a nod in the test team along with Rahane. But as far as the one-day team is concerned, we'll see more of Rohit Sharma with Dhawan opening the one-day side. But I really see Robin Uthappa in the side because he has proved his worth in the limited format. And I mean, in this domestic tournament, he has been good. The IPL has been good for him. So I would take in a place like in England, because England is going to be very tough. So in a place like England, you definitely want to have a backup opener. Like we have Gambhir in the test side. So we definitely want Robin to be there. And I would definitely like to have Binny out there because Benny again, like we just talked about him, his first class record has been great. Just as Mridul mentioned a while back, he has been excellent in Irani Trophy. He has been good in the one day series, the domestic one day series, and in the Ranji Trophy as well. So he definitely gets a go. He's more of a batting all rounder. I know that he has not been good in this IPL, but I don't think that IPL should be the only platform to judge anyone.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I agree with that, Amartya. Samkit, my question to you is: see, right now we're talking about the Test series and our regular openers like, there's Shikhar, there's Vijay, and there's Sharma. Do you think that is the combination that we should stick with, or do you think they should be probably Rahane thrown into the midst, or or somebody else that you would want to pick? Because see, opening is a huge thing, especially in conditions like that, in alien conditions. Obviously, going to miss the legends there. But who would you pick? Would you go with the three regular openers that we have, or would you have probably more option available to the team?
For the test squad, for the first two ODIs, I would go with Gambhir and Murli Vijay. And if Gambhir fails, then I would go for Dhawan. And for the test squad, I'm very surprised that Suresh Raina has not been given a chance. Though we know that he is a bit uncomfortable in ball, but in the past 2-3 months in the IPL also, he has tackled that problem very well. So I think he should be given the chance in the Test series, but they have not. And coming to the ODIs, I think Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan would be opening. And if Dhawan fails, then we would be then Robin Uthappa should be given a chance, and Ajinkya Rahane in the middle order.
Okay, Mridul, same picks for you as well. You would completely agree with Samkit on that?
No, I would like to drop Murli Vijay from the test squad, and Gambhir and Dhawan should open, because I don't know why all people are like against Dhawan as a test batsman, because in New Zealand he scored two odd 98 runs. He was in a good nick. He didn't had a good T20 World Cup where he was given one bad decision and one was he was given out. So I don't think Dhawan should be replaced. I want Murli Vijay to be replaced, as I really don't like him, and I don't know on what basis he is in the team. And apart from that, I don't think Suresh Raina has a chance in the test squad. As in middle order, we have Ajinkya Rahane, Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma. So I don't think he can replace these three powerhouse of ours.
Okay. Keshav, you agree with that? Ki bhai Murli Vijay is probably, are you also wondering, as Mridul is, that what has Murli Vijay done, or has he done enough to be almost like a permanent fixture or be in the reckoning for the opening slot all the time? Will he be in your picks as well, or would you have a completely different set of players for the opening slots?
Pankaj, I would pick him because, see, Mridul said Dhawan did well on the New Zealand series, but I would point out that Murli Vijay did well against South Africa.
90 odd runs.
Got a 90 odd, like Dhawan got a 90 odd against New Zealand.
Okay, Keshav's internet is acting up.
Yeah, exactly, Pankaj. I mean,
Yeah, Amartya, go on.
yeah, I just want to say this. Why do we always make Murli Vijay the scapegoat? I mean, when Gambhir is not in a good form, Gambhir has been already dropped. I mean, Murli Vijay showed his worth. I mean, he got two back-to-back 150s against Australia, and that is why he went to the two abroad series. And just like Keshav rightly said, that he got a 97 in South Africa, and just one bad series in New Zealand, and we are dropping him. Why do we always try to make him the scapegoat? Just because he's not there in the one-day series, it doesn't make him a bad player. I mean, he has showed his worth and he has cemented his place in the test side. Don't you think so?
See, for some reason or the other, Murli Vijay does not inspire that faith in me. Yes, he has talent. I am no denying that. To play at that level, you obviously need to have talent. But then, somehow when he's at the crease, he can look very fluent, very, he has that sort of lazy, elegant sort of thing. Looks very nice at times. But he does not, instill that sort of confidence in me that, okay, this is a batsman that's going to do the job for India time and again. So somehow I don't get that feeling. So that's why I don't vouch for him. It's not like I'm anti Murli Vijay, but I don't vouch for that guy because I don't have faith in him. Sorry, Keshav is back. Keshav?
Yeah, sorry about that. The internet connection got a little shaky. So, as I was saying, Murli Vijay did well on the South Africa tour and he got starts as well on the New Zealand tour. So, I won't give him a single chance in the ODI side, but as far as Test side is concerned, I think guy is the kind of batsman he is, the technique he has got, the temperament he has got. I think it's more suited to the longer format rather than the short format. If you saw his T20 performance playing for Delhi Daredevils, it wasn't too much convincing. But when it comes to Test cricket, he's the kind of guy who loves to get some balls under the bat, loves to spend some time over there. I would still keep the opening slot. One of them would be with him, and the other left-handed batsman. I think it would be a toss between Gambhir and Dhawan. There are a couple of practice games before the first Test match, so hopefully Dhoni would love to test both the left-handed batsmen because I don't think he'd go with a couple of left-hand batsmen. He would be sticking to the right-left combination. So I guess it would be one of Shikhar Dhawan or Gautam Gambhir taking up the opening slot along with Vijay.
All right. All right. Sunny, do you have a different take on this? I mean, or you happy with the three openers that we have, Murli Vijay, Sharma and Dhawan? Or would you have a different pick? Oh, sorry, what's your pick for the Test squad for the opening slot?
I'm saying that keeping the Test series in mind, it's a big Test series. 5 matches have to be played. So keeping that in mind, I think Murli Vijay and Shikhar Dhawan should open in the first Test match. After seeing their performances in that match, we could consider Gambhir as a third opener if one of them fails. But most probably it would be a right-left combination. So either Shikhar Dhawan or Gautam Gambhir should open innings with Murli Vijay in Test matches. Most probably, I would pick Shikhar Dhawan and Murli Vijay as an opening pair in Test format. And as far as ODI is concerned, I would pick Shikhar Dhawan and Rohit Sharma, as we have seen in the last year's Champions Trophy. They have performed really well.
Okay. Thanks for that, Sunny.
Pankaj,
Yes, Keshav.
I have a question. Like, if Gambhir performs well in the Test series, and if he gets a place in the ODI series as well, then it would be another dilemma for Dhoni. Like, would Rohit Sharma and Dhawan open, or because then Gambhir would also have his chance. So I think that would be a like kind of a confusion over there.
You know, as a captain, that is the best dilemma to have. To have many players in form and being spoiled for choice. So if that happens, I think it works wonderfully for not just for Dhoni, but for the entire team, having people in form, who could do well for the team. So I think that he'll just go with his gut if that happens. But you're right, it could be confusing. But I think that's something he'd be happy with, being spoiled for choice. I want to throw this, just probably this is the last thing talking about the opening bit. Do you think that the selectors could have gambled with Virender Sehwag being thrown into the midst? I know his fan has been patchy and Samkit is laughing already, but he could always turn back the years and always give us that. Do you think that was something that you would have liked to see? Samkit, you're laughing. I'm going to start with you.
Pankaj, how often it is that from nowhere Virender Sehwag topic comes in every hangout. I know you are a huge fan of Viru Paji, but it would be a too big gamble to play with. Because we have openers who could perform, and Sehwag hasn't been in his very good touches in the Ranji season also. So that should be kept aside.
Okay. Anybody else has any different thoughts, or everybody just completely disowned Virupa now?
No, I think that he is contending for the middle order now. Even in the domestic tournaments, he has played in the middle order, more of as a middle order specialist batsman, and it was Gambhir who was opening. So he has made it clear that he wants to get into the middle order, right?
Okay, fair enough. Obviously, even though Bangladesh side, the Indian side that played in Bangladesh was completely of a different make than what our actual ODI squad will look like. But they've been resting, playing in the Indian conditions. Even some of the kids who are going to go from this ODI squad that currently played in Bangladesh have played in similar conditions. Do you think our ODI side, or our side, so to speak, would be able to adapt well in England quickly? or do you think do you see them struggling in the initial few games? Samkit, you're up.
Definitely they would be struggling in the conditions, and if they don't, then India would just outdo England. Like if they win the first match, then it would be like 4-1 or 4-0 for India if they win the first test. But if they don't, then it could be the vice versa.
Keshav, do you have confidence in the in Indian squad going to England that they'll be able to adapt quickly, or do you agree with Samkit saying that they might struggle? It has always happened, with the Indian team overseas that they struggle initially, and if they're able to make a comeback, that doesn't happen often, but that's the only probably consolation that they can come back sometimes.
I was literally surprised when some kids said if they win the first game, they will end up winning 4-1. I think that's a little too tough to say, and little too tough for Indian team as well to produce that kind of a result. Because the bowling attack, you can see, they don't even stand anywhere near likes of Anderson, Broad, and all. So, of course. These are very different conditions. Half of our team has not been even playing this Bangladesh series, so they are not among the match practice players. The people who got to Bangladesh there were only 3 of them who are touring England. So I guess the first 2 practice games would hold a huge importance to get acclimatized to the conditions. And when it comes to the series, I guess. Continuing the Indian history and their record, they would struggle in the first test, Nottingham, and coming to the second test at Lords, I guess we should be having a better game than Nottingham at Lords, given the history of Lords being called as the Makkah of cricket. So let's just hope for the best. I cannot really say that India would win the series, the scoreline of the series. What it would be, I can't really predict it at this point of time. But as it's a long series, so as it progresses, we would be able to probably after a couple of games we would be able to get a better idea of what the final score would be.
Well, of course, we will have that conversation when we get there during that series. Amartya, do you have the same confidence in the Indian squad as Keshav does that they will struggle, it will happen, or do you have a little more faith in them than probably Keshav?
Absolutely. When you are in England, you are out to struggle, I think. And as Samkit said very rightly, that if we get a good start, then we can carry on the momentum forward. So hopefully in this tour, the tour games before the 5-match series should provide them with good match practice. So it's adapt or perish. The Indian teams will have to adapt very quickly. The very good thing in this series is going to be that there is no barrier. Like earlier, it was Lakshman, it was Dravid, it was Tendulkar. Even if they are not contributing, they are blocking the places. And this time, we don't have any big name. It's just Ishant Sharma and Mahendra Singh Dhoni who have played above 50 tests. So it's more of a young side, full of youths. So we'll have more of energy this time. And when it's England, it's totally unpredictable. Fingers crossed. Let's hope that India makes it this time.
Well, one thing's for certain, because it'll be young side, young blood. We'll have much better fielders on on the ground for sure. We might be able to save 10-20 runs on a given test day. So that is something that I'd be keen to watch out for. And knowing Mahi, he always makes sure that the people he picks, whether they're batsmen or bowlers, regardless of that, they are good fielders. So that's something I'm looking forward to.
And Pankaj, another thing is for sure as well that it won't be a clean sweep this time. I really believe against India, like it won't be a 5-0 or 4-0, because the tours which we saw recently, the tour to New Zealand, the tour to South Africa, I think Indian didn't do that bad as they were doing in the overseas tour. The batsmen really played their part, and the bowlers as well performed. It was just a matter of one game. India lost 1-0 in both the series. But it was a 2-test series, but they almost won the Johannesburg Test against against South Africa, and they were in full control against New Zealand as well. But it's all about peaking at the right time. So I guess they would have learned their lessons, and hopefully this England tour would be a better success than the last one.
All right. Sunny, you're a young budding cricketer. Have you had a chance to go to England probably for some game or something? Has that happened yet for you?
Yeah, but I was not able to go to England because of injury.
Oh damn! Oh, that sucks. Okay. Anyway, I hope it happens soon for you. But just talking about India, faith in India. You know whether they'll struggle, whether they'll be able to adapt. What are your thoughts? I mean, do you think this will happen, or the history will just carry forward?
Yeah, it's a big tour. Yeah, it's a really big tour, and there are many practice matches also. If India win those practice matches and carry on the momentum forward to the test matches, hopefully they can pull out a miracle.
Okay, so we're
And
all
they,
expecting.
I hope that
Yeah.
I hope that India should win the series by 5-0.
Sure. Why
At
not?
least 4-0 they should win.
Guys, I apologize. All the viewers of Circle of Cricket, I apologize on behalf of Sunny. He's a bit delusional right now. Maybe he's, had pot and he's a little bit high, but it can happen. Sunny, I don't think that's going to happen. But yes,
Yeah,
as a fan, I agree with you. That would be something to look forward to,
Pankaj,
and it would be
see,
nothing short of a miracle for sure, for sure. Uh,
Pankaj, it can
yes.
happen as we have seen in the Champions Trophy also. It can happen because we have seen that in the Champions Trophy.
Okay. So I'm with you on that. As I said, I'd be the happiest man if that happens. But in my head, I'm not so sure about it. But yes, okay.
But Pankaj, Champions Trophy was altogether a different format. We should not forget that Test match is a different format, so it's very different.
Absolutely, absolutely. I completely agree. But then there's nothing wrong in hoping for the best as a fan. Okay, so I'll completely be with Sunny on that front. I have your back on that, Sunny. Keshav, Samket, Amartya, we've always discussed previously that one of the biggest reasons why Indian team has struggled a lot traveling overseas is the batting doesn't click. Bowlers do their part. They might not run through the opposition, but they do their bit. But it's the batting which struggles massively, and that's why we lose so many games. But this time around, my question is: are you happy with the bowling that Indian squad has, and do you think they'll do enough to give India a chance? I mean, given that, assuming the batting clicks and people do make their mark, do you think Indian bowling is good enough right now? Are you happy with the bowling unit we have? Samkrit, I'll start with you.
I guess the pacers are very good. Like my three would be Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Ishant Sharma, and Mohammad Shami. My doubt is with the spinners how they perform because I saw a show where Saurav Ganguly said that it to perform when India wins matches outside in the abroad, the spinners took take wickets. Like one odd match, Kumble took 8 wickets and Harbhajan and Kumble took 16. So if Ashwin picks wickets in the first two matches, then there could be India would definitely win. And if he doesn't, then Dhoni has to take a step and drop him to bring Jadeja in the squad.
No, but
So the
what I
spinners
don't
would be a key.
understand is, what I don't understand, Samkit, is you said you're happy with the three fast bowlers that we have. But then, as soon as you said that, you said, but your real expectations are from the spinners to win. Do you think that the Pacers don't have it in them to probably win a game or save a game for India, or they're just there and they'll just play their part?
The Pacers, they can't win the whole game for us. They can't pick the three Pacers can't pick 10 wickets for us. That's for sure. If they at max they could pick 6 wickets, including all the
Between them.
three.
Okay. Okay.
So it is at the end it comes to the spinners.
Keshav, you agree with that, or are you happy with the bowling unit, or you aren't, and you equally skeptical as Samkit is?
Uh, I'm not saying that I'm not happy with the bowling unit because the picks are pretty much right. Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Mohammad Shami are going to play. It's all about the third seamer, and I guess if Pankaj Singh gets chances in the first two practice game, and if he impresses, he has got a good height. He's got the kind of build that's needed for for a bowler to play in England. He's got all the skills right. So if he gets his chances, then that would be the right thing to have the third pacer in him, because Ishant Sharma, more or less, even if he performs in one odd game after 10 games, it doesn't really do any good to the Indian people.
He has been good in the test side.
Okay, that was Keshav. Amartya, give me your thoughts on this, yeah. Bowling of India,
Yeah, as
yeah.
Pankaj, hopefully this time we won't have so much of complaints as far as batting is concerned, because Pujara and we have high expectations from Pujara and Rahane. As for the bowling lineup is concerned, I think that it's a bowling lineup this time is the best bowling lineup I've seen. In the last tour to England, we saw RP Singh coming in all of a sudden to bowl, and there was a Zahir Khan. But this time we have Mohammad Shami and Bhuvneshwar Kumar, who always, just swing the ball around. And I think that England will be a bowling paradise for both of them. And when you have someone like Ishant Sharma, who has played over 50 games, he has got the experience because he has come over to England a lot of times. So he can pass on the experience that he has with him. I know that Zahir Khan's absence will be hurting Indian team. I know that he has been not contributing as much he should contribute to the Indian team, but his presence would definitely mean a lot to guys like Bhuvneshwar Kumar or Mohammad Shami. As far the role of spinners is concerned, yes, definitely I agree with Samkit that spinners have played a very crucial role as far as playing overseas is concerned. That whenever we have won a series in England or Australia, we have got the spinners clicking. We have got either Harbhajan Singh or Anil Kumble clicking. But this time around, I think that I'll go with three seam bowlers, that is Mohammad Shami, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Ishant Sharma, and either Ravindra Jadeja or Ashwin.
Okay. Sunny, are you also happy with the bowling unit, or would you have gambled a little bit more and probably brought back Zahir, to provide experience and give more confidence to the younger bowlers who are obviously a lot inexperienced as compared to Zahir? Would you have done that, or are you happy with this pick and you're just hoping for the best?
I'm really happy with this bowling lineup because I'm going to pick three pacers, that is Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Mohammad Shami and Ishant Sharma. And fourth medium pacer I will pick Stuart Binney.
Okay.
As far as his performance is concerned during Bangladesh tour, because the conditions were seeming in that match where he took 6 wickets for 4 runs. In England also, there would be overcast conditions, green pitch, very good pitches for bowlers. I am also a bowler, that's why I'm saying that I will give chance to Stuart Binney also in Test squad.
But Sunny,
Okay.
if you're playing Stuart Binney, you're cutting short the batting. Like, where does the batting go? Are you playing three pacers, a seamer, and a spinner?
What?
If you are playing
what,
Stuart
what,
Binney, you are cutting the batting short.
Where do you fit Stuart Binney? That's what Amartya is asking.
See, if Jadeja is not playing, I would pick Stuart Binney. Ashwin, I would pick, and he's saying that I'm cutting batting.
Yes, that's what he was saying.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Batting will be Murli Vijay, Shikhar Dhawan, Chiteshwar Pujara, Virat Kohli. Yeah. But I'll give chance to Stuart Binney.
All right. So we understand Sunny being a bowler
Instead of
himself
Rohit
wants to give chances to more bowlers, and Stuart who could probably add as batsman and bowler a little bit of both. I just want to close the conversation here. I just want a brief mention about the big three. There's no Tendulkar, there's no Lakshman, there's no Dravid. I know back in 2011 they had a bad time, but do you think they will be missed, or is it the case that the young blood has now come in and these legends are like forgotten and they will not be missed so much? Will you miss them, or would that be dependent on the performances of the batsmen in England? Samkit, your thoughts?
It is but obvious I will miss Sachin always, and in every match I miss him, and they will be missed.
There is something called there are two words, very important words, especially for a young man like yourself. These two words are called move on. Sanket, move on. I think Sachin has been missed enough by.
But I'm looking forward to the MCC match, MCC and the rest of world match rather than the big test. So they will be missed. Their experience will be missed more than their batting skills. Like how to tackle. If India are two nil down in the series, then the youngsters would be like depressed and they need some motivation. So if there would have been one senior player like Sachin or Rahul Dravid, he could they could have helped them. So their presence will be missed.
All right. Amartya, you agree with that you would not miss their batting so much, but their presence in the probably the dressing room and helping the youngsters become a lot more confident and gain a lot more from this experience of being in England.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you, as a youngster, when you go into the dressing room and you see Dravid, you see Tendulkar, you see Lakshman, you see Ganguly, I mean, you are assured that if you'll have something like these guys have gone there since 1996 and 1992, and they have got the experience of playing there. You can learn a lot from them. I agree with Samket out there that their presence will be felt and their experience will be missed. I think that the the slip department, the slip fielding area will be a huge concern for the Indian team in England, because last time you had Lakshman, you have Dravid standing there, and you were assured that if a catch goes to the slip, they will give their 100% because they were specialist slip fielders. And this time around, I don't know that who will stand in the slips, but the presence will definitely hurt the Indian team. But as I know that, as you just rightly said, that we have to move on. And as a part of moving on, you have young talent. So we should have our faith in the young talent and hoping for the best.
The talking about the specialists, slip specialists. When these guys would have started their careers, they would not have, they weren't born slip specialists, right? They played enough, they stood there enough, they took enough catches, and that's how they built themselves into this specialist that we came to love and admire. So I think it's time for the young blood to start taking more responsibility, and it's for the captain and for the team to figure out who's best suited for what, who should be given more chances in certain positions, and then develop them accordingly and see that probably we'll have the next 3 or 4 slip specialists, so to speak, as you said. Keshav, give us your thoughts on this. Yeah. Yeah.
Again, my net got a little bit, just naughty in between when I was talking. So, yeah.
After all, it's your net, Keshav.
Yeah, of course. So, just continuing the last thought which I was in middle of, I said, talking about spinners, I recently I read an interview where Ashwin said, he was asked to being defensive and hold one end when Indians were on the overseas tour. So he said, but now he would love to get back to his attacking role, and let's hope for a better Ashwin show rather than what we have seen in the past. And talking about what you just asked me, I think fielding is a big thing in any format of the game. So India does have good fielders, of course, now compared to the last teams which toured England, fresh legs rather than weary legs. So I suppose this is a relatively new Indian team. They need experience. They need exposure. So as the time passes, probably these fielders would develop into much better fielders, be it slip or any point.
Yeah, perfect. Sunny, closing thoughts on this. Will you miss? Okay, let's not talk about Sachin Paji because our Samkit will get emotional. But will you miss the legends who will not be going to England, or are you looking for? Are you saying that okay, they've had their time and share of success and fame, and now it's time for the young blood? Sunny, unmute yourself and then talk. Okay, I think we are having difficulty with. I think Sunny has borrowed the naughty net from Keshav, and hence he's struggling as well. Anyways, with that note, with that note,
I just wanted to add one last point. You know, the way Sri Lankans are playing in England, they won the ODI series, they won the T20 series, and even in the Test series, they're not faring that bad. I think that would also put a little bit of pressure on Indian team to do well as well, because they are another Asian country. They are also alien to the conditions. So, looking at how they are performing, the first test they drew it, and now it's the second test. And if by any chance they win this test series, it would be a huge lot of pressure on Indian team to perform just as Sri Lanka did.
But I think that would also add enormous pressure on England. You know, having lost the series,
Of course, they would come
cricket
back
series.
hard at Indian team to sort of take a revenge or something. So that would be something great to see how Indians fare with that kind of pressure.
Well, no, let's just say that this is going to be one exciting series. Yes, can't wait for it to start. I know it has some time to go still, but yeah, some good stuff coming up. On that note, let me just close the conversation here. It was fun as always.
Pankaj, I have a faking news to end this.
We have a faking news. Yes. Okay, give us a faking news.
Like the football fever is around. The football teams are crazy seeing the Dhoni's last finishing role. Like they have been asking for him to join their teams, and they will play him in the last 20 minutes and give him some 19 odd minutes to walk around the field as he wastes some few balls, and then he'll score the last goal in the 90th minute and take them to the next round.
We had to bring in a little bit of a World Cup masala fever into the show. Thank you, Samkit, for that. All wonderful talking to all of you, Amartya, Keshav, Samkit, and Sunny. Thank you for being here. It was a pleasure as always. Looking forward to your company next Friday. Thank you for participating, guys. I hope you guys had fun. Circle of Cricket viewers, do keep watching Circle of Cricket for more. Thank you, guys. Goodbye.
Bye bye.